Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. And I'm just trying to, I don't really want to pile it on the shot. I really don't. In season three, and the show seemingly struggling to find its footing, and it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But I don't mean to pile it on this show because I watch Yellowstone as well on Sunday nights on Paramount, and I'm not feeling much of what they're doing this season on there either. I think it's starting to hit its stride, but they spend a lot of time in very familiar territory from previous seasons. Billions. I love Billions, but Billions, it was kind of going through the motions too before it stopped at episode 7, I believe. So, and I guess that's held up because of the coronavirus situation, and maybe the last 3 or 4 episodes didn't get finished editing or something. I haven't tracked that down and whatnot, but and another thing, it's so many independent. I mean, there's so many different platforms right now. There's so much competition for writers and writing, and every streaming service has to have its core shows and whatnot. They have to capitalize on their bigger ones, like in Ozark, Stranger Things, Abosh on Amazon, and a couple other things that are on Amazon. But then then you have the premium cable networks. So I get it; it's competitive. But since it's competitive, it makes it easy to get to end up with an inferior show with inferior writing. So just looking at this, I took a moment and watched next week's preview for the show for the Shy, and I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I liked Emmett, and I tried to rock with Emmett, and was hoping that they could do something with him this year. But I feel like my time is being wasted with Emmett, and I feel like the truth of the matter is they don't have any idea of how to move forward with Emmett as an interesting character, and I'm with Tiff. Like, it's redundant. He's a broken record at this point, and I've mentioned this before. Like, I don't know why, if you're gonna write street stuff or street themes that have street characters, or if you're gonna get into the world of politics, you have to do some research, and you have to spend some time around either real politicians or real dudes on the street. You got to find a way to do the research and make it stand up some. That's why The Wire was so dope. That's why all the characters were so dope, because they were built off of headlines, stories, investigations, real street individuals, real figures in the streets, and then they made they took them and made The Wire's characters out of them, and then they embellished some things and built off of that. But here we are with the Shy, and everything is shoddy. And so with Emmett, I looked and saw next week him and Dom are trying to take Sonny's away from Sonny. Just some real crab in the barrel bullshit, in my opinion. And I hate to ignore some very basic business 101 things that are just being overlooked or disregarded or omitted from trying to do this. But my thing was, like, from the beginning, why didn't you just take Emmett? Emmett is a solid team player. He might be a decent number 2. Solid, excellent number 3, probably. Possibility that he could be a number 2. Him out as a number 1 is not going to work. It hasn't worked. He hasn't done it. So let me move on so I can get off of here. Even under Brandon's wing, he was able to add value because all he had to do was show up on time, be enthusiastic, and then he helped Brandon tie together using the tech stuff in social media to for advertising and to get the word out. And then, connecting things like where do we need to be in the city? He was good with those types of things, logistics. And then, like I said, being enthusiastic as hell and wanting to win. And as a small business operator, if someone can get on your team that's gonna show up and is enthusiastic, and you can point them in the right direction and depend on them for certain things, that's dope. That's excellent. You need that. But besides those things, he never added any value in any other area. So what I'm saying, why didn't they take him to Otis Perry since he had the connection with Brandon? Why didn't he go to Otis Perry? Leave Sonny, Sonny is ancient. And he wants to stick to, tried and proven, business principles and practices and whatnot. Okay, so quit arguing with that man and go over here to an Otis Perry, who's a little bit more progressive. Obviously, he doesn't mind having his feet in both worlds. But why not go over to him and try to maybe do something for his social media presence and offer those types of skills to do some different things with his pizzerias and whatnot, and then maybe even make that your business. I'm a social media specialist or something. Why not hustle? And you like to talk. So why not go and do something along those lines versus trying to live out Brandon's dream in catering and in food, where the man hasn't touched any recipe, any ingredients or anything. He managing the inventory for that little after hours thing. He couldn't manage that. But now you're supposed to believe that this young dude can take care of all the department, health code department, ordering supplies, working with suppliers, running a crew, paying a crew, doing payroll. Like, why try to do it on that type of scale? Why not, like I said, why not go on and then he could even got involved with Perry's campaign maybe on some levels and done some things with his skill set. But again, and then like I said, maybe you could go over to Hannibal to his weed spot, which I don't know how you could really talk about that online per se. Although I got some IMs from direct messages from weed dispensaries or whatever on Instagram. I don't know how it worked, but so maybe it was something like that where you could have given him something to do on the side and a hustle to work at. And then maybe still having some kind of role inside the restaurant, since he did have that experience from Sonny's. But again, to sit here and try to make him out to be this hustler, and for people to continue to still listen to his half-baked ideas and whatnot, it's really killing a character that was somewhat interesting, or you wanted to see succeed. Now you just want him to go away. I'm like Sonny when he told him to get the F out of my establishment. Like, I kind of washed my hands with it, because you disrespected and blew up a relationship with a man who was trying to work with you, and now you come back and try to take away his shop. Like, serious? And his name. So they could have done something with Emmett, but at the right scale and in the right angle, based on what he'd already shown us. But like I said, for him to be a leader and try to you can see that with this, and there's the I don't know if that's some African proverb or some shit from I don't know, but how you do small things, how you take care of small responsibilities and roles and duties and tasks is very indicative of how you would handle bigger stuff. So, he's obviously shown us that he wasn't great doing the menial stuff over at Sonny's. So how could he go forward and really succeed and fly out on his own? Just wasn't gonna work. Hey, my name is Wood, man. Let me get on out of here. You don't have to be great to start, but you had to start to be great. One.